Oh, I got it.
Oh, you got it.
I figured it out
really?
now.
Moot point, an issue which no satisfactory answer is found.
This is all a moot point.
The meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf! Ma, the meatloaf!
Like a cow's opinion.
I've had it with this dump! We got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off!
It's all a moot point. Doesn't matter.
What's going on, everybody? Moot Points Podcast.
What up?
Patrick did 1 week
1 week.
in the driver's seat,
1 week in the driver's seat.
and now he's back.
I'm back to co-host, man. I got Chemo Brain.
Is that a thing, Chemo Brain?
It is, man. Ask anybody who's had chemo. You turn into like a complete Fruit Loop.
I mean,
It's like
I'm
being on the
take your word for it.
strongest painkiller, or not painkillers, but cold
What?
medicine.
Just gross
ever.
medicines?
Yeah, just you feel like gross. And, like,
Well, let's talk about it. Let's get right into the chemo part.
Now, let's start this off hot with some fun stuff. I'm doing cancer person stuff. Over
Pat's
here.
got. He's rolling a joint.
Yeah, that's right, because it's legal and I have
It's
cancer,
legal in
so I can do
California, and
whatever I want.
I don't think anyone would have a problem with it.
I was doing this before it was legal and before I had cancer, so suck it.
You were?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, you, Pat? No.
Was it legal in 16? Never mind.
I don't know. I don't know where it was legal.
Yeah.
Was it recreationally legal?
Yes, it is.
Well, no, here, but I'm saying back in the... You had a medical license from
I
some
did.
weirdo doctor,
Yeah.
like, right away.
For anxiety.
What?
The weird part is that I got the anxiety from smoking pot.
Well, you also
Seemed
get
like a bad
anxious.
doctor.
It's also one of those things where, like, why are you anxious? It's like, well, because I always have... Like, when I have drugs on me, it makes me nervous, so I smoke weed to get less nervous by having drugs on me. It's a vicious cycle
It is.
of anxiety. So Pat is back on the other side of it. So I'm running the board today.
Yeah, chemo week, so it's an off week for me.
I'm manning the ship
I get time and a half.
at Shady Center Studios.
Yes, thank you for saying it right.
So yeah, let's get into it. You have you currently are
I'm hooked up to a bag.
You're in the middle of chemotherapy, correct? Right now, as we
Dead
speak.
smack
What
center.
drug are you taking right now? Like the specific one you have in the bag for 48 hours.
5FU.
5FU.
Yeah, I know. My doctor he thought it was funny. He's made
Of course.
this joke a lot. FU, which is pretty appropriate.
He's been workshopping that one for a good 10 years.
Yeah, no, I laughed. I gave him a laugh. It wasn't a real one, but
Well, I mean, you were
gave
hooked
it.
up to chemotherapy.
Not
Like,
that
you just
point.
want to get out.
No, he made that like.
Oh, you made
long
that
before.
early?
Yeah, early on.
So
It is a real FU.
Walk
though.
us through the 48 hours. I don't think we've ever gone through the 48 hours of your chemotherapy because you said today the reason you're on that side because
Yeah.
we've made the agreement that you can captain the ship on a Moot Points
I know.
episode.
I didn't feel like pushing buttons.
Well, I mean, I'm not really doing much of anything right now. I
That's
mean,
true. I just
except
realized
for-
I could have done it myself.
shoot,
I
I have
didn't
the
want
volume
to-
down.
Oh, look it.
Like a cow's opinion.
Yeah, maybe
It's still
you don't
going.
chemo. I know.
I have it on repeat.
Why?
I don't know because I pressed that button on accident.
Our
pets' heads are falling off!
That was a great part. I didn't do that.
All right,
How's
stop.
you're worse at this than I am.
Well, I've never used this little soundboard over here.
You got to push stop to get him to stop.
Yeah, that's gonna be a real problem for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, walk us through 40. So what do you do on Tuesdays?
Oh, Tuesday I start the day by putting numbing cream on my chest over the port entry.
Whoa, numbing cream.
Yeah, because they have to stick that.
Do you have
big
it
old
right
needle.
here?
It's in the bathroom.
How numb does it make you? Should we try some numbing cream?
Yeah, I'll put them on your balls.
Well, I mean that's disgusting.
I know.
I don't. I think if anyone, I'd probably. You gonna bring Chemo Brain for that?
That was actually that was Chemo Brain. That was off brand for us. That wasn't our.
I'm gonna rub it on my balls.
I
What are
don't
you
know.
talking
I
about?
don't know. I just
All
thought
right.
we were.
No. I
jackass
just.
for a second.
I was just kind of interested to see like how numb does it make you?
I'm not
Like,
sure.
What does it do?
It makes it numb enough. I mean, I still feel it when they put the needle in. So I just put it over the top of, and I shaved my chest there too because they have to stick all these stickies onto it. And man, you were there that first time when they had to peel the chest hair back.
That was
like
god-awful.
the slowest Brazilian wax in the world.
Absolutely
Oh
god
my
awful.
god! And there's a needle stuck in the middle of it that's going into my skin.
It's a big ass needle too.
Stuck
Have
in
you
there.
started feeling less nauseous when you go in there to, like, they stick you in the port?
I put it on Instagram Live this time. I held it right there while they stuck the needle in.
I mean, that just probably ruined so many.
I didn't
people's
save
days.
any of that video either. It's all.
How? Okay, so just walk us through the week. So you
So
show up
then-
there
so
on a
I-
Tuesday.
Yeah, show up there on Tuesday at 10 a.m. and then they put the. I guess I'm not really great with the needle. So they take the needle, which I believe is a PICC line. They put that into the port, and the port is a little dish that's been surgically implanted underneath my skin
Which is crazy. that they
It's
do that.
so crazy, and it doesn't feel normal. Like it never. They're like, you'll get used to it. No, don't get used to it. I don't get.
Why
I
would you
know
want to get
there's-
used to something like
I
that?
don't know. I know that there's a piece of plastic under my skin that's not supposed to be there.
I was told that some people, when they're done with their chemo,
Yeah, this
want to
is-
keep it in there,
They're idiots.
like for life.
Even if I know that I'm going to do chemo again, but it's in like 6 months or a year.
Why the
I'm
hell would you
not.
ever want that on
I don't
there?
want it in there forever. The tube can bust loose and then coil up in the right chamber of your heart, and then they have to
the
go
tu-
up through a vein in your like groin to fish it out.
That
but as my
sounds-
doctor kept saying, no big deal, no big deal.
That
You just
sounds
go up and fish it
so
out and get it out, no big deal.
Awful. Like it
Yeah,
sounds
it's
just terrible. I can think of nothing else that I'd rather do than that.
Basically, they stick a needle into that, and it saves my veins. Actually, it's a good. Like,
supposed to be good,
It's
yeah.
really good. So they used to, and when they would do chemo before, they would just have to find a new vein every
Mm-hmm.
time, and the veins would collapse. They're like, the chemicals are really hard on them. So so this whole apparatus makes it so that it goes directly into my heart. The heart dilutes it and then shoots it all over my
Right.
entire body. So that's happening to me right now.
And then this
As
one
we
though,
speak.
this 48-hour thing is like
I just
it's like a slow drip situation,
Yeah,
right?
so they give me 2 of the 3 chemicals that I get for this combination, which is called Fulfox. That's like the abbreviated name for the 3
it's the
chemicals
okay.
together. It's oxaliplatin, leucovorin, 5-FU, something else.
whatever the
Whatever it is.
combination
so
is
they
together.
give me 2 of them while I'm there, plus a 5-day nausea medication that all gets intravenously administered through the port, and then they hook me up to the 48-hour thing, which is the 5-FU, and I have to wear that in a fanny pack with like a little the port hooked up to my the needle hooked up to my port, and then a little fanny pack with the thing in it.
Okay.
I've
So
got a
then
nice collection of fanny packs.
How do you
there,
feel though?
like shit?
Okay, you feel like garbage now.
Mm-hmm.
I read on Twitter, someone tweeted at us, and thank you, please do tweet. I'm at Moote Points.
Yeah,
Pat
I'm
is
at
at
Pat
Pat Moot. Follow him. We're going to get an update on
Yeah, I'm
his
trying to get up
documentary.
to 10K, you guys. I'm
He
getting
wants
there.
that K, yo!
I need that K. I hit up Twitter and I was like, "Can I get it at 5?" And they were like, "No." And I was like, "Well,
I
then
mean,
Instagram's definitely not going to do it."
It's funny
'Cause they're
when
way
you
better
when
than
you want that validation in social media. Like it is such a machine. It's such a
I
monster.
don't want it, Brian. I
You need it. You crave that validation.
Need it.
Um,
Give me.
so follow him.
Shower
We'll
me
get
with
it.
your attention and pray.
We'll get an update on his documentary and how that's going in a second.
I get it off tomorrow, and I can't wait because
It's a 2-day thing. I mean, you've gotten better at sleeping with it though, because I remember the first time we did it,
Oh,
neither
really?
one of us slept the entire night.
Well, here's the problem with it too. Okay, so welcome to Pat's Overshare Corner. Maybe we should play Rockstar. You see the Rockstar in there?
I
or
do.
post?
I do. Let me make sure I got
Okay, is everything else
queued.
off?
Everything is queued.
I'm going to do a little
Boom.
Rockstar Overshare. This is the Overshare Corner. Welcome to Pat's Overshare Corner. Today, what we're going to talk about is a combination of constipation and diarrhea. What
Whoa!
having both of them is like at the same time.
So, is it like popping a champagne bottle?
It is like popping a mudslide.
Jeez,
So
that's terrible.
literally, like the nausea medication makes you really constipated. So towards the end of the treatment, like I'm like a goat. I'm like pooping like a goat. Like
Like nibble nuggets.
yeah, rock
Nibble,
balls.
not
you know,
nibbles.
just
Niblets.
collections.
Niblets.
Pebble handfuls of pellets
Like
at a
just
time.
corn-
but
corn
it's
nuts.
Moving out slow. It's not easy. It's not fun. I try to keep it going, but then when I get the chemo, welcome to radioactive shit party, and that is trapped behind a bunch of rock pellets, and it makes for some very hectic sleep nights. So I am not sleeping any better, and you're strapped up to this thing and with a hose in your chest.
Ugh.
So I don't sleep well. I woke up this morning. Guess what time? Like a rock star.
3:30.
2:45.
Gayow.
2:45 out of bed.
And what were you doing? Just
I
walking
watched
around?
Halloween 1.
And then you went back. You ended up falling back asleep.
Then I watched Halloween 2.
So this is worse though, right? Like this round is the worst so far.
Yeah. I just
Well,
choked.
don't throw up right now. That would really be an amazing. It'd be amazing for the
Be a
podcast.
great episode. Yeah, I think so. The reason that the first round was really bad was because I missed my nausea medication that one time and just like puked my brains
Yeah,
out.
right.
So, and that's when I knew it that like chemo at its most nauseous is really, really rowdy. So I take that stuff regularly now.
Yeah.
I like to stay on top of that. But anyways, yeah, that was the end of the Overshare Corner. It's if anybody who's ever been through it knows what I'm talking about. It's just like literally when you sit down and the doctor's telling you what the side effects are, they get through almost everything, and you're like, okay, stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
It's
You're
fine.
like, what are you doing?
This is going to
There's
suck
too many
ass.
things.
This is
Too-
gonna, I can't remember all that.
Well, I mean, just the
The
premise.
only thing it won't do is kill you.
the premise of
And the cancer
chemotherapy.
will.
Well, eventually, in theory, the
Well, it
chemotherapy
could,
would
yeah,
kill you.
yeah, if you just
because
were on
it's
chemo
just
forever.
gonna eat your. It's just there to destroy your
Oh,
cells.
it feels like it.
All right, so where do we stand with the documentary? How's that going?
The documentary is coming along. I need to send out some emails to our production team, our newly assembled.
yeah, that's right. We got a
Moot
team.
Points production team.
We got a team.
Gen C, Generation Cancer, the movie. That's what we're calling it. Gen C movie.
Gen C, huh?
Yep. We got the.
Well, sorry, you're going to start doing some
domain name.
interviews, and you're going
Yeah,
to
we're
make
gonna
this
start
bigger than
doing
just
some-
your colon cancer.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing some interviews with people. I've got some other people that I know lined up for in terms of musicians and content creators and things like that, animators, who are gonna help me get some pieces together. But also just kind of getting a team around it so we can start to actually document a little bit more. Because at first I think I had to kind of get into the rhythm of what was going on.
And the
I have
gorilla.
to be a cancer patient too sometimes.
I mean, at some point in
what a
time, though.
drag.
Well, yeah, we talked about that with Brad Nolan, who's going to help produce this whole
Yes.
thing. I think that initially, though, the guerrilla style filming, this project had to come organically, right?
Sure.
Like you can't go into you can't get diagnosed with colon cancer, and the first thing you think is, I'm going to get a production team together and shoot a movie. That comes after a few.
It can be.
No, I mean, no. It's just that comes together after a few weeks. Like you have to
Yeah.
have a few weeks of.
Well, yeah, to get it all together. I
Right.
mean, and even then, when I had a few weeks, it was still hard because, I've never met some of these doctors, and the only way to get the first appointment with them is to roll in there with a camera, and
they're like, nah.
And they've all been pretty cool about it. I've also been hyper aware of the fact that I could turn them off to the whole thing very, very quickly by
Well, and
being
you don't
a
want
jackass
that.
about it.
Yeah.
So I've been.
Well, you
super
need
cool about
honesty.
it.
You need people to
Yeah.
you want.
And I've done this before. I know how it works.
Sure.
I've shot and
You did Unhung Hero. You've been
Yeah.
you've been behind the scenes.
I know how to
you
do this. I know the HIPAA laws. Just don't shoot anybody else. Shoot
HIPAA
this
laws.
jackass.
Unless they're actors.
Yeah.
Which, at some point in time. I mean, you're going to have to reenact
In
some
LA.
things.
Yeah, we're gonna-
Animation. I like all that stuff, those ideas and stuff. So people keep asking me how the chemo's going, and I get this nonstop because everyone just thinks as soon as you do chemo, your hair's falling out.
My hair looks awesome right now.
It does,
I have
but-
cool guy hipster hair, and I've been cutting it myself.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
living
that is actually a bit concerning. The cutting it yourself.
Well,
thing.
the threat of it falling out makes you not want to spend money on a haircut.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Now,
why would I waste that
someone
money?
asked me
Wake up tomorrow
today.
and it
Someone
falls
asked me
out.
today at the radio station. They're like, "Hey, how's his hair doing?" And I was
Did
like,
you say
I
it
think
looks
it's fine.
terrific?
I think it looks terrific. But then I also said maybe he could do me a solid because I've already decided oh, dude, if Pat starts losing his hair and he just shaves his head, then I'll shave my head too.
You don't have
and
to
right
do
now, yeah, but I know it'd be doing me a solid right now because right now I have the LA Dodgers logo. I was being selfish.
So you're really hoping that I lose my hair? I think you're also just getting jealous because, well, like I said, my hair looks great right now.
It does. It looks amazing. My hair looks awful.
I've been taking some risks.
I have an LA Dodgers logo tattooed. Well, not tattooed.
Oh, I was
thank
just going to
God.
say, you want me to feel pity for you? I have an LA
No.
Dodgers tattoo on my arm.
No, I have it shaved in the back of my head. And I think what's funny for me, this brings up so many white rapper insecurities for me.
Why?
Because I was in the hip hop game back in
That's
98,
just such
99.
That's such a loose use of the term
I mean, dude, we were just
game.
hip hop kids trying to make it.
Yeah, so, okay.
I
you
was
were
the
just-
DJ though. I was
yeah.
the DJ Anonymous.
Can you please, Anonymous what?
B, dog.
Anonymous
Well, I dropped
B.
the B after a while, like everyone does. Everyone comes up with a way too complicated hip hop name.
They got
if you
to
notice,
incorporate their name into it.
no, they just
Prestigious P.
They just start
just kidding,
to. They just
prestige.
all rappers. If you follow all rappers, they just start to drop parts of their aliases and parts of their things, right? So I grown up in the Northwest. I think there's this weird, and there was in the late '90s, right around the time Eminem came out, where there was a weird stigma. It's like Eminem became the only allowable white rapper overnight, and everyone else just became an Eminem knockoff, right? And it's very hip hop to shave things in your head, right?
Sure.
Like that's a
That was
hairstyle.
Vanilla Ice, really.
Yeah, but he ruined it for white people
Yeah.
because he started doing it, and we all realized what kind of stupid jackass you look like. With
It was honestly kind of like what Eminem did to bleaching your hair.
exactly they ruined
He
it.
killed that.
So we
Even
had
though
these
G-Eazy
two white
just did
rappers
it.
basically just kind of mow through these two hairstyles for white rappers. So I've always tried to be subtly too cool for that. Even in the hip hop when I was DJing and deep down inside, I'm like, yeah, man, someday I'm gonna make it.
Anonymous B is cool, but shaving your head, that's
But
where I
no,
draw
just
the
going
line.
shaving things in your
things
head.
in your head is
Things
where
in
I
your
draw
head.
the line.
It reeks of cultural appropriation.
It reeks.
Now, do you know what
it
that
reeks.
means,
It
Pat?
definitely reeks. Yeah, I do know what that means.
All right.
It's a word that fires killing up. Big.
Yeah. Well, in the rap game, it's just stealing black culture. It's taking things. It's like when a white rapper does cornrow braids. It's like, yeah, we get it. That looks cool, but that's not the reason why those braids were ever utilized amongst black men.
It's like saying the word dope.
Dope, dog. So, anyways, I have this now. So currently, I have the LA Dodgers logo, LA, shaved in the back of my head with a straight razor.
Stupid bet.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, it kind of happened on the air, and I had to.
Took the underdog.
I didn't know they were the underdog. I really thought the Braves had somehow, we thought they were going to be garbage this year, and then all of a sudden they were like
the best
clinched,
team ever.
Well, they clinched the NL East 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
or 2 weeks before the end of the season.
Stink.
I don't know, man. I didn't follow the NL East, right? I don't really care.
They do.
So I just kind of was. I wasn't going to root for the Dodgers. I mean, I have friends in Atlanta. My girlfriend's
What's wrong with
in
the
Atlanta.
Dodgers, man? I have a Dodgers tattoo.
Nothing's wrong with the Dodgers.
Decided to be a
Nothing's wrong with the Dodgers. I'm not going to jump ship on the Braves. I like the Braves, man.
You saying you got a problem with Clayton Kershaw or Justin Turner or Brian Dozier?
They all play for the Dodgers.
Cody Bellinger.
So, anyways, let's get back to my real insecurity about this whole situation.
Yasiel Puig.
I've got a white rapper complex where I feel like every time someone sees this LA sign cut into my head, they're like, oh, that kind of white guy. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, but okay, so people who are the people who
Here we
shave things in their
go.
head probably look at you now and go, ugh, that kind of white guy. No matter where you're
No,
at.
that's what I'm saying.
Somebody's always like, ugh,
I'm
that
saying
kind of person.
I've got the look right now of not a white rapper. 'Cause I don't look
Wacklemore, baby.
Wacklemore, baby.
You're so Wacklemore.
I look like the guy who gets paid to sell T-shirts for Macklemore. And my hope is to one day, I can slip my demo into his, into his computer and his laptop, and he'll be like, "Oh, whose beat is this?" And I'm like, "That's my beat, dog. Do I gotta sell shirts
This
anymore?"
is just like Hustle and Flow.
This is how I made it, dude.
It's exactly the same.
It's hard out here,
kind
4
of the
p.m.
opposite.
Oh, it's 100% the opposite. So, anyways, I have an LA shaved in the back of my head, and I have razor burn from it too, man. I use a straight razor.
There's a little part at the top too where I'm not gonna lie, they kind of botched.
What do you mean?
It looks like a purposeful botch, unless this guy just became a barber.
No, I mean it's really hard to. And shout out to Johnny from Royal Flush Barbershop. It's his own barbershop.
Never mind, it looks terrific.
He cutting stuff in white guy hair is not easy.
Yeah, it's because you cut one spot and you can miss a whole piece, like Minesweeper.
Right. You really got to chop into it, and then it's just
you'll
different.
Realize, oh my god, that hair was just covering up.
And it looks
big
ridiculous.
Disaster that was right up.
It looks stupid and ridiculous, and I just was kind of hoping that we would need to shave our heads in a couple days, but your hair's hanging in there, buddy.
Dude, my hair's hanging in there strong. I look hot.
All right. Well,
sorry, that was chemo. That was chemo talking.
Well, no, you do look pretty good.
Thanks. Say hot. If that's what you think.
No, I don't know about hot.
Say hot.
You already said you were going to rub my balls down with numbing cream, so let's stay away from the...
Sorry, we're off brand.
Yeah.
The chemo
it's getting weird.
Off brand.
It's getting weird. Hey, so you talked about horror.
Yeah. Horror.
Not horror films. Those are
I watched
films.
the first 4 Halloween movies. Technically, the first 3.
Do those stand up over time, or do they look ridiculous?
Honestly, Halloween.
Because I've seen some of them with that they look. You can just tell they're puppets now, and they're not. It's not funny.
Well,
I mean, it's not scary. It's funny. It's like
no, I don't think so. I would say that for me personally, the in-camera special effects are way more effective. Like they're scary looking. They're gross because it actually looks like it's a real practical piece of something or other prosthetic in real film camera that looks real. So you see it and it doesn't, your brain doesn't immediately go, oh, that's CGI.
Right,
so
right.
so I hate it. Granted, yes, a lot of it, they go over the top with it. So
well, when they do, every time here's what they got to stop doing with these horror movies that have like gore and costumes and like Friday the 13th stuff with Freddy Krueger.
The movies that were made in like the 70s. And
80s, whatever.
Here's what they have to stop
before
doing.
HD. No, you got to stop remaking them in HD.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, they should always just have a gritty look to them because
that makes them scarier.
Well, because when they do the HD thing, you see how fake it is. Like I watched Indiana Jones in HD, and when that Nazi's face melts,
That's awesome.
it's the
though.
dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
that's dope.
It literally looks like someone microwaved the
would you
G.I.
rather,
Joe guy.
But would you rather see it in? That's kind of what they did. It was wax.
Yeah, no, what I'm
They
saying,
built wax
I
and
know
they
we all
melted
know
it.
it wasn't like a real guy.
Okay, but
I'm
what-
just saying that it takes away because you don't.
No,
have,
it wasn't a real guy.
Of
they didn't
course,
really
they didn't
burn
really
a
melt
Nazi.
a guy's face.
I mean, they
Well,
could
I
have.
mean, whatever.
I don't think anybody would have cared.
No, that's not what I'm saying. The point is that it just seems so ridiculous because you can't get by the that's funny. That's
Well,
so
sure.
fake.
Yeah, no, it's great. But the CGI, you do the same thing, except it seems cheap. You know what I mean? At least they do it in a way where you're like, I don't really know how they did that. That just looks crazy.
Or like Terminator 1. Don't watch Terminator 1 or The
That's great.
Terminator.
I don't know why you're giving the worst advice. You're going the opposite
don't.
of what I was
because
gonna
you
do.
can't watch them in HD.
Oh.
I'm saying watch them in normal.
So,
watch them because
the
watch them in
projector
HD
screen?
and you actually just see you can just see how fake the Terminator robots were. They're like literally
Yeah, if
Jim
you do
Henson
them on
puppets
those-
on sticks.
So the projector screen that I put up in my room, I put up a projector.
Pat's
that
got
I
a movie theater,
yeah,
full-out movie theater
I
in
put a
his room.
movie theater in my room. I'm getting like movie lighting.
Which,
I'm gonna get popcorn.
by the
movie
way,
chair.
you're allowed during your chemo weeks to be
Yeah.
lazy and do nothing. This is productivity for chemo week. You text me today and you're like, oh, I just feel worthless, man, lazy, but it doesn't feel bad, but I feel worthless. I'm like, you are currently strapped to the FU poisons.
boring though.
Yeah, but that's what I
Boring,
mean.
Brian. I'm so bored.
That's your thing with cancer.
So bored.
Pat,
Cancer's so boring.
You're gonna speak about cancer,
Yeah.
and they go, "What was the worst part?" God, you're
Boring.
bored. Oh my god,
Boring.
I had nothing to do.
I tried to make a documentary about it, but it was so boring.
Well, yeah,
I
but-
watched it and was like, "Oh,
We
God, this
turned
is
it
fucking
into a short
boring."
film because it was so
Yeah.
bad.
We took all the boring out of it. It was only
So,
5 seconds
what are your
long.
favorite? You are a horror. You are
Yes.
a horror
So,
movie guy.
You said which ones still hold up in
Yeah.
last test of time. I will tell you this: the first 2 Halloween movies, after having watched them today, are great, and they still very much hand up. And here's the cool thing for the binge movie watcher: Halloween 1 and 2. Halloween 2 picks up exactly where Halloween 1 ends, so much so that they remake the last 5 minutes of the first one for the second one.
Oh, they remake it exactly.
They remake
Is
it exactly shot
or do
for
they-
shot. Like, basically. Well, there's a little bit of extra. You don't see Michael Myers' face as much. It's the only one you see
But
his
they
face
pick it up
in.
on. That's kind of a good idea. No one really does that in the sequel.
It's great. It was
Where, like, you
brilliant.
see
And then
the-
in the third one, so then the third actual one is not Michael Myers at all. They just decided they were going to end the franchise and have Halloween be like the spirit of it with these other Halloween-y stories. And it's about this crazy kid's toy maker who makes masks that will
But is
turn
this
into
like a-
bugs when kids put them on.
Is this like a prequel or no?
It's not
there's
completely unrelated.
Because that would be kind of cool
So
if
it's
they
a-
made a prequel where
Well,
you find out why Michael Myers' goofy ass mask is on.
Sure.
You like, oh my god, this mask was like, huh?
Well,
It's like
I
that
don't want
movie.
to spoil it for everybody, but I
Okay,
know
it's like that
the
movie,
story's
The
there.
Clown. You remember the movie The Clown?
The It?
No.
Oh, The Clown, the one
It's
by Eli Roth?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
bad.
it's ridiculous.
It's so bad. It's good. It's this guy finds, and I don't even care. I'm
Eli
gonna spoil this
Roth,
for you because it
who-
won't even matter. You still watch it. This dude finds a
Clown mask.
clown.
He's
No, a
gonna,
clown
like-
outfit.
Yeah, makes his kids. He's gonna like go to his kids'
Right.
party.
Yeah, he's a real estate agent, and he gets a call from his wife frantically. She's like, "Oh my god,
The
babe,
clown
the clown
canceled."
canceled." Every real person in the
He was
world
kidding. The
would
clown was
say,
kidding. He's gonna be there.
Would say yeah. Would say, "Oh, awesome."
Oh, cool.
Right? Like
We're gonna
no.
pay the clown.
That's where the movie falls apart for me. The clown. It's nobody really wants the clown to be there anyway. So it's
Kids hate clowns.
it's maybe a grandparent booked the clown, and you're like, "God, we
or
have
maybe
this
it's a
stupid-ass
convenient
clown
horror
here."
movie plot.
Right.
There
But so
it is,
then,
bam.
then he goes up in the attic and he's like, oh my God, I forgot. I found a clown outfit up in the attic in some trunk, some ghosty trunk. And so he goes up there, puts the clown
move
thing on,
into the house
and then
and-
he can't get the outfit off.
Yeah.
Like the clown, it's now becoming
it
his
stays
body.
on him.
And he yanks the nose off and it bleeds.
his
It
nose.
rips like the skin off his nose.
Yeah.
And then he starts becoming the clown and he's got to eat kids and
Yep.
blah, blah. It's just such an awful, stupid movie.
Okay. So that has
right, yeah,
nothing.
sorry, go ahead
that
with
has
that.
nothing to do with Halloween. Halloween, they actually give you the backstory. I would say if anybody's looking for like a nice little like sit down binge watch thing, do Halloween 1 and 2.
And then what?
Skip 3.
Oh, and then 4.
That one's trash. And then 4 picks up exactly where 2 left off.
So
So
do
first
you-
time they just axed out the third.
What's the story with that? Did you look into it? Did they
So-
lose the
no,
rights,
no,
or
so-
did they? is
No,
something
they
happen?
just thought that it was John Carpenter who wrote and directed the first 2. Just decided that the franchise was over and nobody really cared anymore, and they were just going to go in a new direction and make it like more of like an anthology kind of, like just kind of one-offs, and build on those different kinds of stories and just have the Halloween idea. But then audiences hated it. It sucks balls. I've seen it. It's terrible because you're just like, where is Michael Myers? Like, what is happening? In
Yeah,
this?
that's ridiculous. Well,
and so then Halloween 4 picks up then Halloween 4, they're just like, shake the etiquette, fuck it, that was bad. And then they go back.
But so
they pick up where 2 left off.
This
and
new
start
one's
with
coming out
3.
though, right? Halloween 5.
Yeah, but since then there have been like 5 other ones, so I don't
Do
know.
they pick up 2? Are
This
you gonna
one's-
watch all of them?
Hell yeah.
Oh damn!
I got
all right.
time, baby. I'm already on 4 right now, and I just started today. I'm going to finish that tonight, and then I'm going to make a decision, because here is what I would also say.
I feel like you should have been Instagram storying.
The Rob Zombie ones are not worth watching. So he has 2, and they're just not worth it. It's gratuitous rape and like ridiculousness.
I mean, Rob
it's not really
Zombie-
it's not really on brand. He's off brand, kind of like
well,
putting.
hold on. I feel
numbing
like
cream on
that's
your
just
balls.
that's like when that'd be like in the middle of a series, right? Like any series, you're like, hey, we're gonna have Quentin Tarantino direct this next one.
And then Aaron Sorkin will direct the next
Right.
one after that.
And then you got Halloween, where all of a sudden you're like, wait, what in the hell just happened? Like this turned they're vampire. Michael Myers is a vampire.
Rob Zombie should do his own franchises. He can't jump into
Right.
that and not do Rob Zombie. So he's doing Rob Zombie doing Halloween. It's not the same.
Whatever
and
happened
he tried
to Rob
do like
Zombie?
he tried to do like an origin story. But the origin story for Halloween is literally like Michael Myers is a little kid. One day on Halloween, he turns a knife on his sister and just stabs her up. For some reason or another, never explained, goes to a mental institution. His doctor decides that he's the reincarnation of the devil, and he just keeps escaping every Halloween, like every 3 or 4 years, and trying to kill the new members of his family that are still on the loose.
All right.
Nieces, daughters, mostly girls.
So this new one though is gonna have Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's
back
coming
in it.
back, so she's coming back to get it, which is funny because in the 3rd one that I'm watching right now, she's dead.
Okay,
It starts with her being dead.
but how is she alive
I think
now?
she comes back around. I think it's bait. I think she's baiting Michael to come back, and then she's going to get him.
So you
'Cause
think
she's Michael's
was it
sister.
a fake death?
She's Michael's
You think
sister.
she faked her death?
These are spoiler alerts. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, if she's dead in 4, right?
Yeah.
Then is she
But
dead?
then she's also back in Halloween H2O, which comes later.
Oh,
They
I saw it.
re-franchise her back in.
I saw Halloween
And
H2O.
H2O is like, that was like around
That was a
when the
20-year
slasher movie came back around. So if it was made in 78, so it was 2008 was H2O. 78 was Halloween.
Wouldn't it have been 98? Wasn't it 20 years?
Yes.
H2O was 1998.
I don't do math. Chemo. Blame the chemo.
But I don't even know. Man, that seems so long ago. That seems 20. That's 20 years from now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's been.
So it's another 20 years, and they're coming out. He comes back every 10, 20 years.
So they made the first
What if this
Halloween.
isn't even a movie? You just get to the theater, and he comes out, and he's
They made the first Halloween 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah, 78.
It's a long time.
And then the
ago.
second one was 82.
Then I realized that we were born in the 80s, and I'm like,
Yeah.
good God, we're
I know.
becoming old people.
We're old.
What in the hell is going
Those
on?
movies are as old as we are.
Jeez.
So you were asking about overall. So I would say that actually those first 3, the first 2 are good to watch. Check them out. It's a nice little kind of marathon thing. I don't know about the 3rd. It seems like maybe they all start to get crazy after that and do their own thing. The first 2 though, good binge thing. A Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite series. So I'll go Friday the 13th would be the other one. So
was
these are
one
the
that-
main 3. You got Michael Myers, you got Jason, which is Friday the 13th, and then you got Freddy Krueger, which
Nightmare
is
on Elm
Nightmare on Elm Street. Friday the 13th, not a big Jason guy. The rules on Jason are very loose. Like, he was a kid who is at a camp, who falls into a lake, who drowns, and then his mother,
That's Friday the 13th.
yes, who kills this group of camp counselors, including Kevin Bacon, gets an arrow through the throat. It's pretty dope. Comes and kills them all, pretending to be Jason coming out of the water, but then he actually does come out of the water. And then it goes on this spin-off series of like, who is this kid? How does he come out of the lake? Is it his mother? Is it him? It's not very cohesive, the whole thing. And it's just not my favorite series. I don't know the most about it. So I would say kind of the first one maybe, but otherwise stay away. It's kind of, he's just like a hell child, and like there's no real explanation.
Remember the movie From Hell?
Yes, with
Wasn't
Johnny
that-
Depp.
No. Is that it? From Hell?
Yeah, the one with it's like about Jack the Ripper.
Oh no, I'm thinking about the one. Oh, it's Freddy versus Jason.
Oh, that's what you're thinking.
What the hell? How the hell did that one?
Oh, From Hell. The one about Jason. It was like, then there was like Jason.
Is that one From Hell? Freddy versus Jason was an actual movie.
That was an actual movie.
But like, why did that happen?
Because I don't know. I don't know.
Like, in what world
Boredom.
did Jason fall asleep? But and then Freddy can get him because Freddy
That's
can only get you
probably
when you
what-
fall
I mean,
asleep.
I've seen that. I've seen it before, and yes, that was kind of the deal.
So they got Freddy to fall. They're like, oh, this will be good.
I think it was like the
Oh,
only
they get
person who
Jason to
could
fall
stop
asleep.
him
We'll
was-
beat Freddy. That's so funny.
Yeah,
we'll get
I
him.
caught
We'll get
that.
Jason to fall asleep, and then Freddy will kill him, and
Yeah.
then But we just got to get.
Yeah. What are the odds they team up and turn on us? Like 0?
I mean, how the hell did they get Jason to fall asleep? He's not.
I don't know if we don't know if that's how the plot went. So can I finish where we were at?
Well, I was just thinking that'd be kind of
because I was about to get the one that.
How did they get him to take a nap? They drug him and stuff. Okay, go. Sorry.
He wouldn't take drugs.
There's a side note.
Yeah, side note.
Yeah, he had to take his hockey mask off to smoke a joint or something. Get all sleepy and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good.
Keg stands, Jason.
Weed works. Nightmare on Elm Street's the best series, I think. And it's not the most cohesive or anything. Like, the first one is amazing. It's my favorite film.
Of all time?
Of all time.
I remember it is. That song they sing is creepy.
1, 2,
Yeah.
Freddy's coming for
Yeah.
you.
3, 4. Okay.
Door.
I thought that,
5,
I can't remember the name of the movie.
6,
Keep going.
7,
All right, keep going. So that's why does it not make sense, any of it?
It makes sense. It's just some of them are bad. So the first two are good. The first two are really good. Freddy 1 is amazing. That's an amazing film. The second one, the lead character has these strange droopy eyes, but he's good, and the movie's good.
Like Billy Baldwin?
You just have to watch it. I hate to sound like I'm blasting the poor guy, but it's an odd casting choice.
Candyman. That was a movie that
Candyman
terrorized
was a good one.
me.
That was a scary one. Freddy after that, though, there's like the Dream Warriors where they had the 3D glasses, which is just god-awful.
Yeah.
There's a couple stinkers in there, but then it comes back around. Wes Craven's New Nightmare is really good.
Okay.
And then, some of the
So binge watch overall, you rank Nightmare on Elm Street 1.
I'd go for the first two.
But then Halloween, you go 1, 2, 4.
Yeah, you could
And
swap
then
those up.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah. And then, you know what? Even I would drop Friday the 13th and put Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I was just going to say that one seems
I would
pretty
throw
creepy.
the first one in, and then the second one maybe. There's some stinkers in the mix in all of them.
Where do you fall on Psycho?
I love Psycho. Any Hitchcock. Hitchcock goes above
that a
all
Hitchcock
those,
thing?
except that's Hitchcock. Except for The Birds, Psycho.
I mean, the Birds is such a dumb idea.
It's a good movie, man.
The birds are going to fly in our house and kill us all. Peck us to
You
death.
had birds at your house. How scary was it when they get out in the apartment?
And they just tried to kill themselves. They weren't trying to
I
kill
know,
them.
but still, it's scary. They're unpredictable.
I think birds are just weird pets.
They're
to begin with.
disgusting
They
freaks.
show you no love.
No,
they're like fish.
soulless.
They're like fish. Fish though can be pretty.
They're little Hell's Angels flying around trying to get back to the demon lord himself.
The only things that my birds did was try to fly into the ceiling fans and into the windows.
I mean, those birds couldn't fly, man. Like, they got out a couple times and, they would, get out and just flap around in, a ball and smash into stuff.
I mean, it was terrifying when they were flying around.
Yeah.
One, because I always felt like if they did hit me in the face, I was like, oh, man, if a bird dies flying into me, I'm going to feel really terrible.
Because you're
hitting a big old
head.
Well, I just feel like an awful crap-ass person.
How the bird died, I headbutted it.
I killed the bird with my face!
With my face.
all right.
Trying to eat it?
Oh, boy, your sound effects. Chemo Brain coming through. Chemo Brain. Trying to think if I had any more stories to tell this week.
I dressed up like a cowboy for chemo.
Well, you got
cowboy.
themes every time.
Yeehaw!
What's your next theme for chemo before we get out of
I
here?
think I'm going to make shirts for the whole family. Mine's going to say, ask me about my ass cancer. Yours, Killing's going to say, ask me about my brother's ass cancer.
Yeah.
Mom's is going to say, ask me about my son's ask me about his ass cancer with a finger that points towards me. So she always has to stand on my left side. And then yours is going to say, I might have ass cancer.
Whoa, geez.
You haven't got your colonoscopy yet.
Yeah, but that's rude. I'm going to get it in
I thought you were
November.
reaching for
Men's
the
Health
joint.
Month.
I was like, Brian's going to
No.
smoke with me?
No.
I'm like Elon Musk over here, baby.
What was I going to say? Yeah, colonoscopy coming in November
Yeah.
for Men's Health Month.
Are you doing it?
Yeah, man, we're doing a whole campaign for it. Hashtag check your butt. Get people out there.
Oh, yeah, my campaign.
California Cares is going to be doing
LA Care.
LA Care.
Yeah,
Whatever,
LA Care.
dude. LA, California.
Sponsors, dick.
They're not my sponsors. They're going to be your sponsors for your bit. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. We're going to let Chemo Brain rest.
Chemo Brain needs sleepy.
Chemo Brain.
Chemo
Fire up a
Brain.
movie. Bosworth is easily the most chill dog on the planet. He's perfect for...
He loves chemo.
Oh, dude, these are his Super Bowls.
I bought an accent rug today so that he'd get more grip on the hardwood floor to jump up on my bed.
Oh, man, that shit. If that
He's
ain't love,
stoked.
I don't know what love is.
And it really ties the room together.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. We will come back. Look, we're going to start doing more Moot Points podcasts. We just want to get
Hell
up here
yeah.
fire and give
we're
you an
so
update.
fluid. We're so good. We just bounce back and forth like a game of Pong.
Doesn't
but
matter
really
what
good.
studio we're in, whether it be Amp Radio or
That
Shady
makes
Center.
It sound like, did you say Shitty Center?
Shady Center.
Shady Center
I'm
Studios.
having an allergy issue today, so my
you?
nose is a little stuffy.
What are you allergic to? Sucking?
I'm allergic to all of the air in Los Angeles because it's slowly trying to kill me. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. Follow Patrick Pat Moote. Make sure you check in on his Chemo Chronicles and Generation
Let's get me to
Cancer.
10K, you guys. Come on.
10K. You know what's better
make
than
a wish.
You know what's not the C word? K's.
Yep. No, it doesn't start with K. Cancer.
Yeah, but Instagram followers doesn't start with K either, but it ends with K. We need to get Pat that K.
No, it does start with K and ends with K.
What?
KKK. That's no good.
We should have stopped the podcast
We
about
should've.
30 seconds ago.
That was the chemo.
Take care of your to-do list right by starting with Lowe's, because we have a lineup of outdoor power equipment brands you can trust to tackle any project. And we'll even help you save. Stop in during Craftsman Days and save $10 on a Craftsman 2-cycle gas leaf blower, now just $99. And clean up with a Greenworks 1700 PSI electric pressure washer, now $89, saving you $30. Whatever you need to conquer your outdoor projects this fall, or any season, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 9/25, U.S. only.